Hey, it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing, the one place where we try to help you help other people by taking your innovation, opportunities that you come across, and the right wisdom and turning them into real things like products and businesses. Now, today I want to talk to you about actually something that one of my inventor entrepreneurs had come to me about, and because they were having trouble. They said, I've got this meeting coming up with a potential supplier for a very critical component of my prototype, but I've never really talked to anybody like this before. I've not talked to customers or suppliers, and so how do I do that? Now, maybe you are one of those natural born communicators, and there's a lot of us out there, and you can easily talk to people, and that's good. Or maybe you're one of those people where you just have difficulty communicating with people, or you just feel intimidated. Either way, you have to have the right idea and the right strategy and the right approach. Because sometimes even if you're a good, natural born communicator, you can let that get in the way because you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. And you use the wrong strategy and then you end up getting in trouble. So either way, keep these things in mind when you are getting ready to talk to potential customers, suppliers, or any other type of business communication. Now, first off is when you're explaining your idea, you're explaining what it is, and you're trying, let's say if they're a supplier, you're saying, well, this is the product I'm trying to develop, and so then this is how your component or your part would play in that, and this is how I need to work with you and help you. If it's a potential customer, you're doing the same thing. You're telling them about your idea, and you're trying to get input. You're trying to find out, would they buy one? So, when you're doing this, when you're approaching this, think of it like you're wading into the water. First, you're wading in, and you're just ankle deep. And this is the most brief and succinct way to tell what it is that your product does and what it will do for them in something that you can say in just a few seconds. Not so much even an elevator pitch, more like an escalator pitch, just those few seconds. If you can say in just a few short seconds, sum up everything. You might think that that's easy, but it's not. It's taking a lot of good information and boiling it down into something that is just very, very succinct and very, very communicative, that where they immediately get it. So think of that. So that's wading in ankle deep. That's what you lead out with. You lead out with probably the hardest thing it is that you try to create, and that's the most that you can explain in the shortest amount of words. Now that you're ankle deep in it, and you've kind of given them the overall, now you're going to move a little deeper into the water. Now we're going to be waist deep in the water. And this is telling them a little bit more about what it does, or how it works, or how it does what it does to give them the end result or give them the end benefit. Think of those infomercials where they'll tell what it is, they'll tell what it does. Oh, it's the amazing this. And then they'll say, the secret is, and then they start explaining about what it is. The secret is. So they're letting you in on the secret. They're telling you how it does. This is that little waist deep, little more of, oh, it does it because it has this, this, and this. If it's a customer, you're talking features and benefits. If it's a potential supplier, then you're probably getting down a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit into the nuts and bolts of how it works. Now, You've laid the foundation with these two things. You've given them that ankle deep version. You've given them the waist deep version. Now it's time for the deeper dive of all the way into the water. And this deeper dive is the more details. But when you do that, don't be one of those engineers that where you ask somebody what time it is, then you end up trying to tell them how to build a clock. Don't do that. But the deeper dive, you are giving some more information, but you have to be interactive when you do that. Let them ask questions, because asking questions means they have blanks that need filling in. Maybe they already know some of this stuff. Maybe some of the information they don't need to even know. They don't even want to know. But they'll have blanks, they'll have things that they don't know, and this is where you help give them the full view of what it is and how it works, because you're helping them fill in the blanks of what they don't know yet about it. They're saying, well, okay, I understand about this part of it, but in this part, but now what about this? So let them ask questions. So be a little interactive with that. Also, if you're communicating, have a good professional optic. Have a business card. Have that on that business card, have an email address, and don't have it some personal email either. Get you a good domain and make a professional looking email. johnsmith@abccompany.com, that sort of thing. If you can do that, have that, because optics mean a lot. Also, if you can, have a simple website, just something that just kind of tells who you are, what you're doing, what it is. And if you can, one more step on the optics is have a short video, something just that explains it. Something that videos have become on the internet, have become an amazingly powerful tool for getting your idea across. Because people are going to want to know that you're serious. They're going to want to know whether you have credibility, and they want to know if you can deliver when the time comes. And if it's a supplier, can you pay? If it's a customer, can you actually deliver products that they're going to want? So, have an end goal in mind when you're talking to these people. If it's a supplier, again, at the end of the day, what do you want? Maybe you want some samples to try. Maybe you want to set up terms with them. Maybe you have your end goal figured out already before you even open the door for the first meeting. If it's a customer, are they going to want to give you input? Are they going to pre-order? Are you going to work some kind of deal with them? Is this a licensing thing? Have the end goal in mind. And remember, this is important, remember that they're just people. Don't be overwhelmed, don't be intimidated. So many inventors and entrepreneurs, they go into these meetings with customers and they're all nervous and they're all, oh no, Mr. Big, and no, they're just people. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter as long as you're prepared. If you're prepared with the right information and the right strategy, you'll be comfortable. You can make yourself comfortable, and you will be. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'm Don Skaggs, Empowered Inventing TV. Please be sure and like, subscribe, click that notification bell, and check out our website, empoweredinventing.com. We're adding new stuff all the time, and I will look to see you at the next online meeting, physical meeting, or one of our workshops maybe, one of our online classes, or on the next video.